Okay, so we're back on the hand, and the problem that I had was I created and set the keys at 0 when it's in the fist, and actually I need it to be in the fist at 10. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to select all the joints concerned. We go in the hypergraph, and I'm going to select the index SDK1 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 4. I don't need the 5th one. And do the same thing for each finger. Okay, with those selected, need to go to the graph editor. Actually, this may be a bigger problem than I was thinking. We'll see. Okay, actually not going to be too bad, but we're going to need to grab all the keys that belong at 0 or belong at 10 in the fist and shift them over. So, if you'll see in the graph editor, the rotate Y, for instance, has two different sets of keys, one for the spread and one for the fist attribute. So we need to select just the fist attribute keys, and we're going to shift those over. If there's only a fist attribute key, then I have to think about this for a second. Then yes, then we just need that, then we can use that because the fist is using it. Okay, so we'll select all the index 1 SDKs and the rotate X and the hand and the rotate Y, hand control fist, and the rotate Z, hand control fist, and we're going to do this for everything. So that now on the index SDK3, we're going to select all 3 rotates, same on 4, and I'm holding down Control to add to the selection. Okay, and then we're on the middle finger. So we need on 1 we need X, Y, and Z. On 2 we need X, and then on Y we need the Control fist, and Z we need Control fist, and then we'll get all these. Okay. And we're just going to do that for all the fingers. Now your other alternative to doing this is just delete the keys and then redo it all. But this is faster. So there's all my keys. I've zoomed out so I can make sure I can see them all. Press A, and that will frame them all for sure. I'm going to drag select them, and I'm going to change their stats. The first number, change it from 0 to 10. Okay, that moved them over to 10. And now my fist animation should work just fine on 10. Okay. So I'm going to select my controller. And actually I need to select all the SDK joints that I'm controlling. And I can load up my set driven key window again. And I'm not taking the thumb in. I'd like to do it separately. Okay, so got those selected. The set driven key set. There's all my driven nodes. I'm going to select my controller, load driver. Okay. I'm going to select the fist attribute. I'm going to select all of these driven nodes. And I'm going to set all of their attributes to 0. All the rotates to 0. So that just straightens all the fingers back out. Okay. Now, in my set driven key window, I got fist selected. I didn't change it to 0 though, so I need to change it to 0. Okay, I almost made another boo-boo. So select all the joints, set them to 0 again. Select the rotates, and then select the fist attribute on the driver, and click key. Now, if I go to the fist, I get a fist, just all the fingers are automatically animated off the fist attribute. Now I need to set fist to a -1, and that's kind of the opposite of fist. And we'll set this up. So I'm going to grab the pinky first of all and set it. The metacarpal kind of rotates up a little bit, maybe out a tiny bit. And then the pinky SDK2, I'm going to rotate it up a tiny bit. Okay, on the ring finger, I'm just going to grab the SDK2 and rotate it up a little bit. And the middle finger, I'm going to rotate it up a little bit. Wrong key. Rotate this up just a tiny bit. Then I'm going to grab the index SDK2 and rotate it up just a tad. Now I'm going to rotate it out a tiny bit. Okay. I'm going to grab I'm going to minimize this so it doesn't get in my way. Grab the middle finger. It's probably fine. With the ring, I want to fan out a little bit. Okay, and I think I want to move the pinky out just a tiny bit, touch more. Okay, so I select all of my drivens, all my joints, and key. Okay, so now if I grab this fist attribute, here it is kind of relaxed. And there it is in a fist. Now if we wanted to, we could go ahead and set in between keys and make this kind of a neutral fist, how it would be normally. But to do that, just watch really close how you move your hand. What are the steps that you take to make a fist? Okay. Now we need to control the thumb. So we need to load up the thumb joints.